Blog Talk Radio.
Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. Summer party, grown and sexy. Join the party, put summer party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed.
Welcome to another Friday night edition of the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir.
And we hope everybody's prepping and getting ready for that big Thanksgiving holiday approaching. One of the few holidays that America still has in perspective to themselves. Other people didn't take away or do it their way. How y'all doing tonight?
I'm good.
Ketel, how's everything?
Ain't too bad.
Redwine?
It's a little chilly in the city, but it's all good. I know that's right. We're back here on home base.
Yeah, where are we? We were in Fiji or somewhere?
Yeah, I wish. Back in D.C. tonight. Yep, home base.
D.C.
Good to be back.
All right. If you're just tuning in, the Pajama Party is a Friday night adult talk show where we cover everything going on and everything happening. We have lines open for you to call in with your views about anything. You can talk about the topic discussed or whatever you want to bring up. Ketel, you want to give us a rundown on what we got going on tonight?
Sure. As soon as I stop stuffing my face with this delicious apple pie. I think Redwine got some red wine in it.
Is that a pie? Who made that? She made that?
Yeah, Redwine man. I was feeling industrious.
Yeah.
Try to surprise y'all.
Okay.
Well, thank you. Hot topics. Donald Trump is back in the news, of course.
Good point.
Donald Trump supports creating database of U.S. Muslims. Jaron Fogle, sentencing handed down. That's the subway man. Anger builds in Minneapolis after police kill unarmed man. Our hidden and quitted headline. E. coli outbreak linked to Chipotle expands to 6 states. Derek Jeter sued over endorsement. Donald Trump hires a black spokeswoman. Poppa DD with his What's Poppin' with Poppa DD. The intern for the X, so I guess he got something in store for us. Weird news. It's not prostitution if you give it away for free. The tamale takedown. And amusement park lets chimpanzees smoke and drink soda. Oh. Wow. I'm just saying, with Redwine, modify the behavior, not the genetic code. Living for the city with Poppa DD. Got another surprise for us. My Hollywood wrap-up. Cocktail of the week, which is called the Black Beauty. Our kiss a list, and, of course, always the last word. Sit back, relax, and get your favorite cocktail, because we sipping on Black Beauty tonight, and we'll be right back.
How you doing? I'm Poppa DD, one of the hosts of the Pajama Party. And I'm here to introduce you to two of the segments I have on the Pajama Party. One is called What's Poppin' with Poppa DD, and the other one's called Living for the City. What's Popping is maybe a topic that really popped at me that week about something really going on that's serious. And on Living for the City, I'll talk about stuff that has to do with the inner city, the suburban life, and life as we know it as far as the hood is concerned and everything thereof, because as Moore said, the whole world is a ghetto. So we'll talk about all that. So join me, Poppa DD, every Friday for my two segments of What's Poppin' and Living for the City. Welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir.
And this is a Pajama Party every Friday night at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Mountain Time, 7 o'clock,
here we go.
What's next?
I'm the lost.
Mountain Essentials first. Then the Mountain.
Then the Pacific.
And then the Pacific.
What about Island time? What time is it in New Orleans?
New Orleans is probably about Let's say it's about 5 after 8 or so.
Yeah, that might be about right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to know what time it is in Hawaii.
That's right.
And in the Caribbean.
That's where we need to be. That's all right. We're going to find us a ticket from somewhere. We're going somewhere next week.
Okay.
They got a little controversy brewing in Hawaii right now.
Uh-oh.
Yes, they do.
Aloha. How you doing?
Same stuff going on there in Paris, France.
Oh,
They
no.
took it to Hawaii.
Say it ain't so.
Unbelievable. I don't know if this one is isolated or connected or what have you, but the whole world done gone crazy.
I know. That's the truth. Well, what's
Everybody
going on in
losing
Donald's world? We got
All
Donald.
right, first of all, let's talk about this Donald Trump, Redwine's boy.
Oh.
All right, let me preempt this by saying that, it's so interesting, and I'm going to put this out here for sure. It's so interesting when you arrive to a certain level in your life and you got a certain amount of cash and prestige and you've built an empire, so to speak, no pun intended on the show empire. Now you can pick and choose what you think and what is right and what is wrong. When you was out there being a foot soldier and hustler yourself, a used car salesman, if you will, as far as whatever Donald Trump was projecting when he was hustling casinos in Atlantic City, better known as Chicken Bone Beach. It was no big deal when he had his little Taj Mahal, which looks like a reject Russian blueprint plan, and all the rest of the stuff he had going on that went bankruptcy, and he was just, he was a mess in so many words, okay? But now he's accomplished. He's making money. He's doing his thing. He's got his own hairstyle, hair color. He's got his own thing going on.
Skin color.
Skin color. Donald Trump. That's my boy, though. I can't talk about him too much. But now I'm starting to lose grip on him because, once people start slipping away, I try to let them go, because when the ship sinks, it's going to take everything around with it. Anyway, Donald Trump supports creating a database for the U.S. Muslims. Now, a database is something that the police have now thanks to Facebook, okay? For all you Facebook lovers out there, let me tell you something. Your boy, what's his name, Suckleby? Who runs it?
Suckleby?
Who runs
Mark
the guy?
Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg. He done sold everything to everybody. That's why he's what's called a billionaire. Because every police has everything that if you got your real name on Facebook, if you gave Facebook your real name, then you're in. You're listed. Redwine, I'm trying to do a little something over here.
You all right over there, Redwine?
All right.
Uh-oh.
You okay? Okay. She's telling me to go. She disturbed my show, then she gives me the Hollywood finger turn saying roll it. Anyway, Donald Trump, he said, I would certainly implement that, meaning a database for the U.S. Muslim, meaning putting everybody on paper, so to speak. I would certainly implement that, absolutely. Donald told an NBC News reporter between campaign events in Newton, Iowa. All right, he said Muslims will be signed up at different places, adding, and it's about management, meaning he's trying to manage these people, okay? Now, Muslims are either natural Islam or turned to Islam just like a Christian, but you're still a person just like Donald Trump is. So he said, asked whether registering would be mandatory, and he said, of course it would be. Muslim Americans, they slam back on Donald Trump because he also wants to shut down mosques, and he just losing his mind. All right, the Republican presidential candidate, he commented. His comment comes like less than 1 week after the deadly attack on a concert hall, the sports stadium, and the restaurants in Paris has elevated fear of attacks in the United States, and it's called for new restrictions on Syrian refugees fleeing from their war-torn countries. So, in a nutshell, everybody's running scared, but the sad part about it, and the reason why I love how radio gives you such a voice, is the fact that people like Cruz and most of the people you hear talking, they talk about how, well, my parents came over here as immigrants. Well, what do you think an immigrant is? If immigrant and a refugee, can somebody call here at 914-803-4306 and give me the difference between an immigrant and a refugee?
That's a good one, Papa.
Okay, because most of this stuff, these are slang words, and it's almost, what's the difference between a black man and a Negro, so to speak? It's like, it all depends what slang you want to give people, or what label you want to give people, or what situation or circumstance a person is in, based on what you want to call them. Mm-hmm. And most of the people that are very successful in this world, if you look at time is the thing that, even though it moves on, if you go back, is really not that far away. Just take a walk through a cemetery and look at some of the dates on some of these tombstones. It'll blow your mind that people that you knew that may have been your great-grandparents, or even your grandparents, if you're old enough, you'll see 18 before their date of birth, 1880 or 1890. And this was your grandparents, okay? I mean, if you're 70 years old right now, chances are that your grandparents was born in the late 1800s. Mm-hmm. So therefore, don't think that time moves so fast. Don't let that millennium 20 out front make you think that we've moved so fast or so far into something. Okay, time is right behind us. So, and I'm saying all that to say that most of the people now that are successful, their parents came over here in a little rowboat the same way these refugees come over in a little rowboat. Even though their rowboat wasn't as violent, or they didn't come from a fleeting country, they came over to do better. Everybody came over to the milk and honey United States of America. Yep. But now that they've become politicians and senators and governors and all that jazz, they're forgetting who their granddaddy was. Okay. And then back in the early 1800s, people that came over here as immigrants, slaves, once slavery was ended around the time that the Emancipation Proclamation came into effect, blacks were now sort of out of slavery and had a job that they had during the slave, so they mastered these jobs. So now the immigrants came over and they were taking out them black folks. Mm-hmm. They were beating them and whatever, whether it be Irish or Italian immigrants or whatever. I'm not talking about religions or ethnicities in particular, but when they came over, they were slaying black folks like dragons because black folks was holding down jobs, whether it been on the railroad as porters or everything. So immigrants is something that started a long time ago. Now why are we putting tags on there like we putting tags on a lamb's ear?
Well, this
whole pig's ear
on the immigrants.
Exactly.
So who's to say now who can keep the other ones out?
Rich folks that feel like now they want to put, eggs in the basket. Eggs used to be loose and free. Now they come in a box and a dozen things.
They sky high.
They sky high.
$2.99 a day.
Mm-hmm. I remember a time I used to eat eggs hot out of a chicken's ass. Now I got to go in the refrigerator, I got to go buy them, I got to pay for them, I got to refrigerate them.
You got to go in the refrigerator.
Back when I
first
came up, I used to sit there waiting for the chicken to come straight out of a chicken's ass.
Wow.
I hope that's not where they came from.
It was white, it was brown. I used to love it.
Hot egg there.
No,
I loved it.
Kind of egg.
Now they got a red stamp on it. What's that egg with the red stamp on it?
Yeah, got that egg
white. Edible, incredible, edible with that cheap,
edible bull crap.
With that cheap ass shell on it. What is that called? Edible egg?
Bull crap.
Edible egg. That shell is thin as hell. I cannot eat one of them red stamp eggs without getting shells in my eggs. That ain't no real damn shell. That's from a synthetic chicken somebody done put together. Anyway, but like I said, this whole situation with Trump, and we can put your boy in there too, Ben Carson. He's part of this too. He's making comments concerning how he's saying that not that he doesn't like Muslims, but you got to look at it as a dog with rabies running around in your neighborhood. Well, let me talk like him. Well, if there was a dog running around in your neighborhood, you're probably not going to assume something good about the dogs or talk about the dogs, but it's just the dog in particular at that time. It's just a bad dog. And
but it doesn't mean all dogs are bad.
It doesn't mean all dogs are bad. It's just how was that? Was that good?
Yeah, that was a good Ben Carson.
Okay. Anyway, but that's that for that particular story.
Yeah, that was a really then, Carl.
Yeah, I'll try.
Oh,
Anyway.
wow.
Yeah, but that remark about the rabid dog, comparing that to Syrian people,
That's crazy.
that landed him on the kiss it list this week.
I know that's right.
I'm sure we could have found at least 5 other reasons, but
See, once you get a certain amount of money in your bank account, you just kind of feel like, you know.
Is that what it is?
Not everybody. Don't let me, you know, having money is fine. If you got money, that's cool. But some people think that money constitutes their own particular arrogance and belligerence, and you know, I am the whatever because I got $1 to rub against another. Anyway, give us a call, 914-803-4306. If you're already listening, just press 1 on your device.
press 1.
And you'll come up in the queue, and we'll allow you to talk. And this is an open mic situation. The rules are that there are no rules. The rules is that if you're wearing pajamas right now, there's no panties or no drawers allowed underneath pajamas. Pajamas should be worn with a bare ass underneath, just so you know.
Big
Okay.
Papa.
Speak for yourself. See, this political correctness. If somebody say something, people got to come back. Oh, that's him. Oh, that's him. Tar and feather his ass. Anyway, what we got next?
We got, I guess, I don't know if it's a serious note or what. This is a crazy note here. Ex-Subway pitchman Fogel gets more than 15 years in prison. A judge has sentenced former Subway pitchman Jared Fogel to 15 years and 8 months in prison for trading in child pornography and having sex with underage prostitutes. He could have gotten up to 50 years, they said. I think it's only 15? Really? Prosecutors sought a 12-and-a-half-year sentence while Fogel's attorney sought 5. Really? The 38-year-old Fogel admitted paying for sex with girls as young as 16 and receiving child pornography produced by his charitable foundation's former director. He also agreed to pay 14 victims $100,000 each in restitution. It says the former Subway pitchman, Jared Fogel, told a judge that he regrets his actions that destroyed his career and his life and harmed his victims. Really? It also goes on to say Fogel at his sentencing hearing in Indianapolis that he can't undo the past but will do everything he can to be a better man and father when he gets out of prison. Well, his wife will not be there because she is filing for divorce. That was the latest thing I did hear on that. And one last note. A psychiatrist who analyzed Fogel says he concluded that the former Subway pitchman suffers from hypersexuality, mild pedophilia, and alcohol abuse and dependency. Really?
So that's supposed to explain it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know that's some quote-unquote, you know, WP stuff.
Bush.
WP Shiggity.
There you go. So what do you think, Pop? You think you should have got a little longer?
Hell yeah. You should have got forever and a day, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
As Heatwave put it, forever and a day.
Probably out of 15.
Ever and one day.
He might not even do that. He might.
Nah, he'll get the good behavior thing. He'll be out before he's 50.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That just doesn't seem long enough to me.
Yeah. It was.
Not when you have minors involved.
I agree. Yeah. They said he could have got up to 50 years, so come on now.
Yeah, but how did they go from 50 to 15
I know.
in 8 months? The 8 months for?
Should have been like at least 25, you know.
At least.
Yeah. But more power to the wife. She said, I'm gone. Pew, bye. Because your ass is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Said, we out.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say I blame her.
Yeah. So what you got over there, Redwine?
Well, I've got one about anger builds after police shoot assault suspect in Minneapolis.
Oh, yeah?
Here we go again. Another person has been shot and killed at the hands of a police officer.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's causing a lot of unrest. This is up in Minneapolis.
Mm-hmm.
The gentleman's name, the victim rather, his name was Jamar Clark.
Mm-hmm.
He was the person who was shot in North Minneapolis by a police officer early Sunday, this Sunday past, while allegedly he was hindering emergency responders from aiding his victim. So as the story is told, he and his girlfriend allegedly had had some kind of an altercation. Ambulance was called. He was trying to still talk to his girlfriend. and somehow that was interpreted as he was trying to hinder the emergency responders from aiding his girlfriend. The police were called, and somehow he ends up shot in the head, dead.
Wow.
Now, how that all ends up is a mystery, because the chief of police, her name is Janae Harteau, she's still not releasing the video. Now, there was some video shot by people that were right there on the street. I don't know if it's available on Facebook or YouTube or what, but the police video is not being released. She says they're still investigating and they're still trying to, sort it all out. But when it all went down, you can hear one of the Facebook videos, one of the bystanders is yelling in the background, "Y'all just kill that man."
Wow.
And then you have other people, other videos that were shot. Another video that a bystander shot, you can see one of the emergency responders kneeling over somebody on the ground, but you can't really see who it is. So now the NAACP has gotten involved, and one of their witnesses, a gentleman named Tito Wilson, he said that Mr. Clark, the victim, was just laying there and that he was not resisting arrest, and that the two officers were surrounding the victim on the ground, and an officer maneuvered his body around to shield Jamar's body, and then he heard the shot go off. Now, that just doesn't sound legitimate to me.
Right.
Why are the police trying to crowd around this man, and then a shot goes off? If he were not already handcuffed, to me that doesn't even seem possible.
Right.
So there's discrepancy over whether or not this man was handcuffed. The police are saying he was handcuffed. That he wasn't handcuffed. The bystanders are saying that he was handcuffed.
He was. The video I saw, he was. But how did the confrontation start? What was the reason?
Well, apparently this all started with an argument with Mr. Clark and his girlfriend, and then the police were called. So for an ambulance to be called, then I don't know. I'm speculating, but I guess the altercation between he and the girlfriend might have been a physical altercation, and an ambulance was called to the scene. So when the emergency people were trying to render aid to the girlfriend, they said he was in the way or hindering the emergency responders. And I don't know if they called the police or if the police were coming automatically because the emergency responders were called because of the fight.
Right.
I don't know who called the police, but, then when the police got there, one thing led to another.
Right.
So the family is saying that Jamar was shot in the head execution style. The police are saying that in the scuffle that the officer's gun was discharged, is the way they say it.
I see.
So when they say that the gun was discharged, they make it almost sound like it was an accidental thing. But I don't see how you can say the gun was discharged in a scuffle if the family is saying the man was shot in the head, execution style. How does that happen accidentally?
I guess the tape is going to show,
Yeah, if the tape is ever shown to the public, the police version.
Yeah, but holding back the tape for long like that, what is going to... if people are going to start to riot and go off, that's going to happen anyway.
They've already started.
So
they're rioting already.
Why does she think that prolonging the inevitable is going to be, that she's avoiding something or evading something? When if it's going to go down, it's going to go down.
Well, I think a lot of times they hold evidence, is quote unquote evidence now, so they don't want it to be shown and want people to have biased opinions on what's going on.
Yeah, but that's all for selective stuff, because you got Johnny Manziel, who was the quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. Him and his girlfriend was drinking and whatever, and they got into a scuffle and all kind of stuff, and the police was called. Ain't nobody get shot, and that boy is starting. They started last week and starting this week for the Cleveland Browns football team. So a scuffle between a man and woman, or man and man, and woman or woman, it ain't the first scuffle in time. This goes on all the time. And when the police come, they're supposed to protect and serve. They're supposed to defuse a situation. They're supposed to neutralize something, bring peace back amongst it. These cats come out with guns a-blazing. And as black folks, we're such forgiving people that we always want to put an opinion on what we think makes it justifies somebody with something, but people of another ethnicity walk away scot-clean and live. But we get killed at a stoplight, or like your girl, they got killed in Texas and all that for speaking our mind. We just shut up, pow. But other people can walk away. Other people can argue, fuss, and fight, and bleed, and drink, and then the gentleman that killed the people in Louisiana, those cats is up for murder.
Yeah,
you know, just like that. So we got to look at the big picture and stop analyzing what we think something should have been, or letting the media lead our minds. You know, like I said, as black people, we're such forgiving people. We have such a forgiving nature, but sometimes our niceness really puts us in the soup. You know, you ever go in a restaurant, just show you our niceness. You ever sit in a restaurant, I'm sure everybody's a victim of this. When you get done your meal, you find yourself cleaning up the dishes to make it easier on the person coming to get your crap. You're putting your plate on top of your saucer and your stuff all together because you used to just being that way. You may have been raised that way. So you're doing it in a restaurant when other people of another ethnicity will leave that table just as messy as they're going to leave it, and will leave less tip.
Yeah.
We'll clean it up, put everything in perspective, and leave a bigger tip. We are just nice people by nature, but nowadays our kindness is be taken for weakness. I'm not saying change your ways and become a vigilante or nothing like that. Don't get me wrong. But we got to look at the big picture. And when things happen, we need to take a more objective mode to say the person did not have a weapon, so they did not have the ability to defend themselves. We got to stop saying, well, maybe the police did this, maybe he got angry, maybe he didn't have a damn gun. If I went out there to go to work that day and I didn't have a gun when I went to work and I got shot by a cop, please investigate my murder. Please, 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 please. Because I did not have the opportunity to shoot back. So, you know, I didn't mean to get off on a tangent with that.
No.
Yeah, that's true. The two officers involved have been put on standard administrative leave.
Not accused of murder.
No.
Like the two officers in Louisiana.
No.
Okay.
They've been put on standard administrative leave.
With pay.
Well, I guess if that's what standard administrative leave includes. And as I said, the whole thing is being investigated. There have been demonstrations that have been ongoing. The demonstrators have been shutting down some of the major thoroughfares and highways, blocking traffic for sometimes up to 2 hours. The latest one, I believe, was on Tuesday. There was a big demonstration with some of the Black Lives Matter. Minneapolis people have been part of that. It was about 100 people demonstrating outside the 4th Precinct station. They're out there like with blankets and food and everything, and they said they're not leaving until these two officers are arrested or indicted.
Wow.
So as it turned out, the troopers came in, and of the 100 protesters, 43 of them were arrested. Well, 43 adults were arrested, and 8 minors were arrested.
Wow.
Yeah, we still getting arrested on the aftermath for something that we protesting against.
Yeah.
Where does it end? Where does it end?
Were they getting violent or something, or just because
No,
they protested?
That's what I'm saying.
They were just there in front of the precinct.
We always want to know why something's being, and this is, if they wouldn't have shot the guy from the beginning, there would be no protest.
Yeah.
And it seems like the people that are protesting are still getting in trouble, because when you get arrested, you're going to get a record anyway. You know, you got a record for this and for that, and there goes your chances for this and that.
Aren't they messing with our First Amendment?
Oh, they just...
Well, I guess sometimes it comes down to if you have a permit to assemble, which usually when they have these demonstrations, people don't, unless it was something that was actually planned in advance. And then it has to do with where you're physically located. If they were right there at the 4th Precinct in Minneapolis, they're probably, you know, they say, well, you're blocking them from, you know, hampering them from handling police business or whatever.
So another case of black folks follow the rules.
Yeah.
Be nice like you are. So when the police
come out there and say, everybody go home, get out of here, and when the people say we're not leaving, now they can say, okay, you resisted a direct order from the police, now we have grounds to arrest you. So it's not so much that they're physically there, it's when they tell you to get out of here, and you refuse to leave, and you got blankets and food, coolers, etc., they there to like camp in.
But what other gatherings are broke up like that? Other gatherings of other people of other ethnicities broke up?
Look, they should have went across the street and protest, or say, look, I'm not gonna go over this line. I'm fine. You know, back in the day, go over this line. You know.
Yeah, protest is a protest.
Bad man hit my hand and all that.
No, but
I mean, the conscious level of the rules of the game are always. I mean, we're violating the rules just by being people of color. So it's not a stretch when somebody say what you can't do. That just goes with the territory based on the ethnicity that you project. So it's got nothing to do with that. I just don't believe in making excuses on why we're always shut down when something goes down, whether we're on a beach, as soon as it starts getting dark.
See, when they have the law on their side, that's what they use against you.
Yeah, okay.
And as long as they say, according to the law, if a police officer says...
And they are living a perfect life when they put on their civilian clothes?
They're not the ones breaking the law.
So we're breaking the law?
If the police come out there and say, disperse, you're breaking the law now, go home. Or if they just say, you go home, we need you to clear this area. And they say, we're not...
Well, why are we clearing the area? Under what grounds?
Because they asked you to or told you to.
Because you...
And if you say, I will not go, then they say you are refusing a direct command or request,
but if there's no curfew or nothing restricting that area, what is the grounds of you clearing that area? So they can go back to Dunkin' Donuts and sit down and have the donuts in peace, knowing that everything is cool.
I guess you're being unlawful or you're not being peaceful.
Unlawful,
so
yeah. Okay. We always got, like I said, Manziel, Johnny Football, he's starting for the Cleveland Browns, and him and his girlfriend was drunk, driving under influence and everything else, didn't get as much as a ticket.
Yeah, but they weren't sitting in front of the precinct.
They
were driving on the highway.
Like I said, we
and the cops told them, all right, go on.
We always have a perfect alibi against
It's not an alibi. It's the reality of the situation.
You know what? Sometimes
the cops let them go.
It depends on who it is.
Why do we justify people?
It depends on
I'm not justifying it. I'm talking about what happened. I didn't say it was right. That's just.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying that your reasoning seems to be something that people do all the time to justify something that's unjust from the beginning. Why are we always trying to be so nice when we're being so screwed? You know? I mean, look at the big picture. And I'm not saying take a violent approach. Take a non-violent approach, but observe what's happening. We cannot be idiots to the situation. We have to be aware of what's happening and see why are we being taken off. It's just getting dark. Well, you got to leave the beach. You got to leave the beach.
But sometimes you have to just regroup and come back stronger and go a different approach.
Why we got to keep battling?
Why you want to get arrested?
Why we got to keep battling?
Why do you need to have a record that'll follow you the rest of your life?
Because I'm looking down the other end of the beach and there's other people.
You want to stand on the steps when the cops say get out of here, and people want to say no, you can't make me go, and they say all right. And they handcuff you, lock you up, knock you upside your head. Now you got a record. For what?
But the people at the beach on the west side of town aren't being bothered at all. And they drinking, drugging. They got a little mess going on. You know what I mean? They doing some white swapping, the whole nine.
But they're not in the
But they're not being...
I'm saying if you're going to stand in the cop's face and defy
But the cop is not bothering them.
Telling you, that's what I'm saying.
They're not bothering them.
They're not bothering the cops, and the cops ain't bothering them.
No, you're missing my point.
You're talking about people over on the beach somewhere.
I'm talking about people of another persuasion. I'm talking about people of another persuasion.
All right, we're going to move on.
Can you read between the lines?
I'm trying to tell you the reality of it. You talking about on a beach. I'm lost.
Yes, you are.
What's going on the beach?
You are.
Well, if you guys got any questions or comments or find out what this beach is, it's 914.
Another persuasion.
803-4306. Hit us up tonight so we can continue this conversation.
And I'm just saying, it's not just black people getting arrested in these protests. You need to understand.
I'm not talking about protests. I'm just talking about people on the beach drinking. The Budweiser type people. I ain't going to say no ethnicities at all. I ain't going to block a particular race of people in. If you can't read between the lines, I'm at the right in Crayola for you. Or Sharpie for you.
We're going to take
maybe I'm using maybe the pen I'm using is of a too finer point.
Well, go get
maybe I need to darken it up with some...
We're going to come back with
right back.
All right, I'm going to stock up on some Sharpies.
All right, thank you. You do that. We'll be right back.
This is Redwine, and you're listening to WPJP Blog Talk Radio Pajama Party. Check out my commentary. I like to call it I'm Just Saying, because sometimes I am just saying. It's just my opinion. It's what I think. Hey, you don't have to agree, but if you disagree, call us up. 914-803-4306.
Hey, don't forget, they can catch us on Twitter also at apajamaparty.com too. What's the number, Papa?
914-803-4306. I don't know how I got in the studio. Redwine came in here by himself, and me and Ketel just happened to come here and catch her stealing the airtime. As usual.
I was trying to do my own promo, and y'all just happened to show up again.
What time?
9 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Mountain Time, 7 o'clock Central Time. No, that's wrong.
And 6 o'clock Western Time. West Coast Time.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Either way,
So if you're in California, call us at 6 p.m., 7 o'clock if you're hanging out in Colorado somewhere.
7 o'clock, that's Central Time. See, now we got it all sorted out.
7 o'clock if you're in...
Okay, it's 9 o'clock Eastern. Y'all do the math. Figure out where you are. Check your watch. 9 o'clock Eastern.
Right, okay.
Check us out.
9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 9:15 CP time, right?
Yep, that's right.
CP time, 9:15.
There you go.
All right.
All right, bartender.
Is that
Hey,
Bartender.
Hey, is that Mr. Lowe?
hey, come on, Mr. Lowe, Mr. Bartender.
I was trying to jiggle my ice in my glass, but it melted.
Oh,
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel
Hello.
and Redwine.
Yo, yo.
And I tell you what, we about to take Redwine's membership card up in here.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
I already threw yours in a trash.
Yeah, we're going to take her membership.
I'm getting ready to
Crayola
Hey.
do it.
You get those
What's that?
Crayolas?
I got Crayola, Sharpie, and I'm about to pour some water on her straightened hair.
Yeah, well, you might want to try a puppet show.
I'm going to try to bring back the bing, the
Mm-hmm. Speaking of hit it and quit it.
yeah. We're here at 914-803-4306. You want to give us a call and comment, or you want to comment and rag on Redwine
Or
for being
Poppa DD.
I'm being quiet tonight.
out of touch.
Oh, don't try to be neutral. You're not She over there trying to be Switzerland. Don't
all
do
the out of
that.
touch people, they're meeting in the all-purpose room. Anyway. Okay.
All right.
He didn't quit it headlines?
Yeah,
Who's
E.
that?
coli is back. The outbreak linked to Chipotle expands to 6 states. An outbreak of E. coli linked to Chipotle has expanded to 6 states. New cases have been reported in California, New York, Ohio, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The first cases were discovered a number of weeks ago in Oregon, Washington State, and recently in Minnesota. So it says the investigation to determine the specific food item linked to the illnesses is ongoing. So far, 45 have been infected, 3 of the victims saying they had eaten at Chipotle a week prior to that. And the date started ranging October 19th to November the 8th, with 16 people having been hospitalized. No deaths reported, so that's good. Oof. So they did shut down some Chipotles in the first week. They talking about the outbreak, so that was good on their part. So.
And that was Washington State.
Right. Washington State.
Okay. Just making sure.
Oregon, where they doing the They haven't passed that law, have they?
In Oregon?
Was it Oregon?
I don't know.
Was it Oregon, Papa? I think it was Oregon.
Losing track of who
I think
legalized
that they have some type of legalization out there.
Oh, okay.
They're far out. They so far out. Who cares? they out on the shelf out there. They ain't in the please.
But they getting sick out there, so.
The perimeters of that area.
Y'all watch it out there.
Pacific Northwest is what they call it.
Yeah, Chipotle eaters. Y'all be careful. Don't be standing in the long lines.
I like Chipotle, but now I'm a little nervous.
Ugh.
I don't know if this area will be next.
Yeah. It did say Washington State now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what they say.
Okay. All right. Just be careful. What you got, Redwine?
Well, did you hear about Derek Jeter being sued after he backed out of an underwear endorsement for 50 Cent?
What happened?
And the reason was he claimed that 50 Cent was too urban for him.
Shut up.
I'm like, really, Derek?
Oh.
Put him on the
what I said earlier is coming to light, huh?
We're moving forward, Poppa DD.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Someone literally has their underwear in a bunch, and now he's caught the ire of 50 Cent on social media and a lawsuit from the men's underwear company. According to the New York Post, Derek Jeter is being sued by underwear brand Frigo because he pulled out of an endorsement deal that also involved 50 Cent. According to the lawsuit, the company is claiming that Jeter pulled out because 50 Cent is too urban for him. Revolution Wear CEO Matthias, I can't pronounce his last name, Ingevarsson, says that the company lost $30 million when Jeter backed out of the endorsement from Frigo, and now they're looking for $4.7 million in damages.
Wow.
So they are going after Derek Jeter. And also the lawsuit is not sitting well with 50 Cent. He posted an Instagram photo of Jeter on Wednesday. Now, it's interesting to me that Jeter thinks 50 Cent is too urban. What? Now, 50 Cent has been the face of so many other companies. You remember he was, I don't know if he was a part owner of, what was it, Smart Water?
Yes.
They didn't seem to have a problem with him.
No.
Nobody does. You are who you are. It's Derek Jeter. Remember I told y'all before that people, I didn't mean to cut you off, Redwine. Do you mind if I talk?
No, go right ahead.
Okay, thank you. Anyway, we have to look at the undercut of things, whether it be racism or what people represent or what have you. You have to realize people that are getting paid by other people on a permanent base or the reputation they're trying to keep as far as their reputation is concerned, if they're that concerned about it and they're worried about what the people are going to think on that end. And this is when their paranoia comes in effect. You got to realize that Derek Jeter knows that he has this whole New York Yankee thing going on, and the history thereof and the legacy thereof. So he has to project what he thinks is an image. But his father is Amos and Andy, black as tar, trying to get to heaven on a candy bar. Okay? He has a brown-skinned, dark, knotty-head father. Okay? He has a black father, just like Tiger Woods had a black father. Okay, so 50% of your roots are black. So now for you to call somebody urban when you got black blood in you, I don't want to sound like Paul Mooney, don't get me wrong. Okay? But I think that people with their lifestyle and their finances and their situation and circumstances, how do you disrespect your true ethnicity of what created you? Your chromosomes, your DNA, what you are. I bet he probably don't want to take back that big Johnson hanging between his legs, do he? Okay? If he got his daddy's Johnson hanging between his legs, you want to trade that in, my brother? You want to go for the 3 inches of white steel instead?
Well, 50 Cent said that I hope that Jeter's version of the word urban does not actually mean too black, because you know how some people like to throw around coded language. So
it's just deep out there. I'm not trying to, if you want to protect something, your reputation is yours to protect.
Well, he's trying to give him a way out of this, but I think Jeter backed himself into a corner.
Without a doubt, because he knows the Yankees are watching and the legacy's on the line, and I can't get with that because people think I'm this squeaky clean guy, and how many women he done been through since he was in baseball?
Too many to count.
He done slayed him like a dragon.
Well, they're going after him for $4.7 million.
Anyway.
Too much.
On that same note, let's move on to something that's on. It's amazing how we're having this particular chapter tonight. There's a lady by the name of
Can't pronounce it. What's up?
Katrina.
Okay.
Not to be confused with Hurricane Katrina. Katrina Pearson. She is the new spokeswoman for Donald Trump. This is an African-American woman, a woman of color, and she's down with him with everything, okay? Katrina Pearson, Donald Trump's new African-American now, emphasizing her ethnicity in the first line. She's his new national spokeswoman, okay? And she's also given a tough talking message conversation about Muslims, okay? Saying that now, she's saying Islam preys on the weak and uses political correctness as a cover. And that she wrote in her Facebook, the two things that America won't be concerned with in the White House when Donald Trump takes over, as far as him locking down Muslims on things like that. And as reported by New York Times on November 19th, which was just yesterday, Donald Trump's views on Muslims have changed within the last few days. Maybe he said he should be required to register with as we mentioned earlier, with a United States database and things of this nature. Her being a new spokesperson, she said she's going to put the dots on the I's that people are realizing that Donald Trump is just who he is, and he's trying to protect the American people in all aspects. I mean, she's going on with this and that, and also she used to work with your boy Cruz.
Oh, did she?
She was part of the Tea Party and everything else. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Now here's a woman of color who's she been playing with that tea for a long time. And like you said, when I go back to the beginning, don't hate racism itself, but hate the people that's taking advantage of it for whatever reasons.
Right.
And people that are in things based on where they think their financial gains are going to be, feeling like they can do what they want to based on what it is they're trying to do. And it's just, she's you'll hear her name. Her name is Katrina Pearson, and she's a new spokesperson, and she's got a look and a savviness about her where she's projecting a certain image, and she's all about everything. And she says, I'm a Republican first. I guess I'm black second or third. When are you black? Second?
I didn't know that you
third?
could not be at any time, but
yeah, well, she's.
I guess she has tricks.
She's a Republican first. She's a Tea Party member first, and But like I said, on the premise we're talking about tonight, and like I said there again, I'm not trying to tell anybody what to do or how to do it, but do a lot of stuff behind closed doors. Because when you come out front and you come out who you are, it's really deep. Because we all got some kind of skeleton somewhere hanging in that closet. So watch how you give people the opportunity to turn that knob and open up that closet. Okay?
I know that's right.
Anyway, Katrina Pearson, she's the new spokesperson for Donald Trump, and I guess he went out and got a Negro to,
I guess we'll give her a chance, see what she does.
He's beating up the Muslims, talking about
she'll probably be on the kiss it list.
He's talking about the Hispanics. He's beating up the Muslims, and he hired a Negro to be his spokesperson.
Wow, watch out. She's probably getting paid real good. We shall see.
That's your boy.
Yeah, we'll see how long before he tells her, you're fired.
Yeah.
Negro.
Yeah.
Yeah, the minute he calls her the N-word.
She's probably going to sue him. Okay.
Yeah. The saga will continue.
Yeah. All right. I just want to say a little note on happy birthday to Good Morning America, 40th anniversary. Wow, it's a long time.
They've been on the air that long?
Yep, started November 3rd, 1975.
Wow.
They've had hosts on there like Geraldo Rivera. They started there. Rona Barrett, Irma Bombeck. Remember her?
Yeah.
Fred Silverman. He was the programming executive at the time. Barbara Walters. She was on there. First, she was on Today's Show. Then they grabbed her and put her on the Good Morning America show.
Yeah, they brought everybody back. They were very interesting. A lot of people have been.
Yeah.
Some of the looks of a piece of people we haven't seen in a long time.
All right. Like David Hartman, Joan London, Charlie Gibbs, Diane Sawyer, Spencer Christian, and Sam Champion.
Oh, I haven't seen Spencer Christian in forever.
Yeah, he was there.
Everybody was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to see him.
And Robert Roberts, she's on there. She came in 2002. And, she was off for like 6 months in 2012 when she had that health crisis.
Yeah, she started with ESPN.
Yeah, she sure did. Yeah, she was good. I guess they saw a good thing.
Yeah, she knows her sports, for
she
sure.
She does. And George Stephanopoulos.
Your boy.
I said his last name. Also, my girl Diane Sawyer, too. She said she was supposed to have been on there for like 4 months, but she ended up being on there 11 years.
Wow.
That was great, yeah.
When she couldn't find the exit door, huh?
I guess you say. Look, more money.
True that.
Kept her there.
So what's the relationship between George Stephanopoulos? And Mr. Stuff, the one from Sesame Street, the friend of Big Bird, what's his name?
Oh, Snuffleupagus?
Snuffleupagus. Are they related or?
They might be cousins.
You think so?
Yeah, I would vote for cousins.
It sounds about the same. It's spelled about the same.
Yeah, they probably cousins from another father or something.
Okay.
Down the line.
Yeah.
Okay.
6 cousins removed or something.
Yeah.
George is just more clean shaved.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Snuffleupagus is a little on the hairy side.
Yeah.
Well,
if you guys got any questions or comments we're talking about, hit us up tonight, like Papa said, 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
Press 1.
Press 1.
For you latecomers, come on, click us up. We trying to get our drink on tonight. We drinking the Black Beauty tonight.
Yeah, we'll tell you what's in it when we get to the cocktail of the week.
We're gonna keep it moving.
Yeah, we can keep it moving.
Come on, Papa, what you got?
Wow, what's popping with me tonight? As I go into this "What's Poppin" segment, let's talk about the whole ISIS situation.
Wow.
Okay, let's talk about the beginning and where it all came about and how everything came to be. Okay, me being a person that's a veteran who has been over to the Persian Gulf and the Mediterranean and all that jazz, I speak on it with not just the knowledge from the media or from Google or whatever, but being a squid firsthand. Anyway, like anything else, people that oversee things kind of keep things under control, under their own particular rules, so to speak. We're speaking Europe, we're speaking Middle Eastern, and things of this nature. Now, Saddam Hussein was running Iraq in whatever way he knew how, but it was effective because all the people that were the militants or the outside people that was trying to be tough were in perspective because Saddam had them fooled. You know, he had all the buildings and the so-called weapons of mass destruction rumors and things of this nature, which turned out to be false because most of those buildings that was all glitter and everything were empty when people started going inside them once the war started. But anyway, after 9/11, the United States decided that we're going to attack Iraq, and which we did. Now, when you attack something where someone is holding it down and keeping everything at bay, all of a sudden there's rhetoric that comes about. Let's give you an example. Let's give you an example of Hurricane Katrina. Now, Hurricane Katrina was a horrific situation that was so sad and so brutal. But when you see people on one level that are suffering and going through the water and trying to save face and find families and things of this nature, you also have people out on Canal Street carrying boxes of TVs and things like that. Now, those people are people that was vagrants in the streets from the beginning, okay? And they see an opportunity. If you lost your house in the parishes and things of this nature, you were trying to find higher ground, to find your family, you know, get yourself in perspective and find out where your life is since your home and everything is flooded out. But the ones running down Canal Street with TVs on their arms when there's nowhere to plug it in, if you got 9 feet of water, you know, what are you going to go home and plug it in somewhere? Anyway, I'm making jokes, but I'm very serious here. So giving you that example, let's go back to what I said as far as ISIS is concerned. Well, ISIS as we know today. Once they got rid of Saddam Hussein, the people of that particular region said that, like sort of ding dong, the wicked rich is dead. Not literally, but now there was an opportunity for them to take over. After we left, we came there, and while we were there, it was still under control, because once they got rid of Saddam, America was there holding it down as far as representing the land and all that. But then we left. And we left them with guns, ammunition, trucks, Humvees, because all that stuff fitted in what's called the C-4, the big airplane that brings all that stuff. But then when you leave, you usually don't take stuff back. They told the Iraq army, we're going to teach you how to fight, yada, yada, yada. Left all our stuff, ammunition, keys to the cars, the whole nine. All of a sudden, up comes a group of people that said, we're going to take these jokers over. And as soon as they popped up to take those jokers over that America left in charge over there, they dropped their guns and ran, literally. literally. And if you look at a map, you will see that Iraq and Iran is surrounding what's called Syria. Syria sits in the middle of Iraq and Iran. So therefore, eventually, Syria had to be a part of this because of the borders and all this and how the boundaries, things. So like Maryland, D.C., Delaware, Baltimore, things on the back end of things. Now, I won't get into this long, but just to reiterate on that, things came about because people see an opportunity. And you have to also understand that there's oil over there. You know, the same thing that, like they say in the Beverly Hillbillies, the next thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire. Ken folks said, Jed, move away from there. Okay? So the ISIS people that took over Iraq also took over Kuwait and everything else where all the oil is. Now they got power because everybody needs oil. And all of a sudden you hear Russia's hanging out in Iraq or Syria. China's hanging out in Syria. It was like they all went to this new bar that was built, this new club. But that's oil, and that's a connection. And nobody has loyalty. So who's to say who's selling what to who? Okay, ain't nobody got to check in and check out with us. I mean, I think Americans think that being we're the big milk and honey, people got to tell us what they're doing. No, Russia does not have to tell us what they're doing with the dictators in Iraq. China don't have to tell us what they're doing with Russia or dictators of Iraq. So now it's become just crazy, and it's a mess. So just to give you a lesson on it, so if you're going to follow it through factual situations based on what's really happening, because the media is going to tell it to you like they want to tell it to you, or how they're going to say, how they're going to mold it and control it. But read up on it on the real tip. You know, go back to Saddam Hussein, and the same goes for Gaddafi and Libya. The same situation with Libya when Gaddafi was taken out. People just like Katrina, people in Libya came up and took over, and, you know, once the dictator's taken out, people come along and they take over. So just give you a little lesson on how all that came about and the root of it. Give us a call, 914-803-4306, and give us your comments.
All right now.
All right, Papa. Then drop that.
That microphone is coming out of your chest.
I ain't scared of you, mother.
Wow. That was kind of deep.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, well, you know.
So how come they don't bring the equipment back is what I don't understand. Isn't that stuff expensive?
Yeah, but, you know, there's no, you know, first of all, they have health concerns and things like that. They have a lot of things over in Europe, like snails, the big thing over there, little teeny snails. And these snails get inside, you know, when you go in the desert like that, there's all kind of little parasites, scorpions, and all kind of stuff like that. So once you go over there in the Middle East, you know, you really can't bring, like when the Marines over there with their equipment, you know, they got to spray that stuff down really heavy before they put it back on the ships to come back to America. So
I guess it's cost.
And it's costly too. It's a lot easier to, you know.
Just leave it, yeah. Keep
moving. Well, they
like
find a way to make disposable.
It's like when you move in your house, you know, it's easy to move in. Oh, get that table, get that bed. But then somebody say it's time to move. Oh, Lord.
You know what? It all goes.
Oh, Lord. Put it on the curb. I ain't taking that big old table. Leave it. You know, same thing. When you move, how much stuff you leave when you move? You're
right about that.
You're not going to take that beautiful table?
Maybe that could be our next show. We can move in somebody's house for the show.
Hey, that's an idea.
We'll bring our own furniture. Hit us up tonight at, what's the number?
914-803-4306. And press 1.
All righty.
And we'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
All righty.
All right, students, settle down. Today's lesson is on weed etiquette. Just because weed has been legalized in certain states, people need to understand that they should use weed etiquette when visiting friends and family. Now, if you choose to smoke weed when visiting friends and relatives who don't smoke weed, please remember these rules. Number 1, go outside. Number 2, collect the roaches. Number 3, stand away from the house. Number 4, wash your hands and mouth when you come back inside.
everyone does not want to get high with you. So don't take it personal. Some people may be on parole. Some may be interviewing for jobs where drug testing is required. And some may be in AA and they just can't get high with you. Maybe they just don't like the smell of weed. Did you think of that? So remember, if you sit in the car and smoke weed and come back in the house and sit on their nice upholstered furniture, that smell will remain in their sofa for quite a while, and they may not like that. Weed is not a cologne or a perfume. Everyone doesn't want to smell it. So make sure you use weed etiquette when you do your thing. This has been a public service announcement for weed etiquette, and we thank you for your time. Hey, Papa, Pat, what are you doing, man? What you doing?
I'm waiting for the teacher to get
Students, settle down. Settle down. Hey. Pat, students, okay, share with the teacher. Why? Share with the teacher. Students, share with the teacher. Open the window, please. Open the window.
Okay, all right.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir.
And this is a Friday night affair. Every Friday night, we inform you on what's up, what's going down. Keep in touch with what's happening. What we got next on the agenda? The weird news for tonight?
Weird news.
Redwine got the first one.
What you got there?
You gonna take?
Oh, okay. All right, I got one for you. A woman accused of prostitution says she offered it for free.
What?
So therefore, it's not prostitution. She says she was giving away free fun. That's what she called it.
I bet.
This was up in Mount Joy, Pennsylvania. A central Pennsylvania woman accused of running a prostitution service out of her home says that she was only charging for massages and that any sex that occurred with her clients afterwards was just free fun.
Yeah.
32-year-old Crystal Swigert faces a preliminary hearing December 18th on charges that she was operating illegally. But the Mount Joy woman, who posted ads offering massage and stress relief, says that she charged $50 for the massages, but that she did not solicit payment for the sex. She says anything that happened when the massage stopped between two consenting adults was just having fun. Swigert went on to explain that she's simply an open-minded sexual person who connected with men who were unfulfilled.
Oh, boy.
So the police have charged another man and a woman who they say were operating a Craigslist page that was used to advertise this woman's services. So to hear her tell it, she says she was not soliciting prostitution. She was selling massages for $50. And if any sex occurred after the massage, she was just doing that for free because she likes to have sex.
I see.
So I don't know. She might have found a loophole in the prostitution law.
She was giving massages and getting her freak on at the same time, huh?
Exactly. But she was getting paid for the massage, not the sex. So she says.
I wonder, was there anything else involved, like any pies or anything like that? I wonder.
I don't know.
Giving away free pies? Free potato pies?
No, she didn't say that. She just said she's doing massages for $50. And then if she was feeling it and he was feeling it, if they got on and got this thing together and did whatever, she threw that in for free.
Did some sticking and licking, huh?
Oh, well, see? I don't know anything about all that.
Oh, man.
All right, what you got over there, Ketel?
Something called the tamale takedown. Traveler carried 450 illegal pork tamales.
Not the pork tamales.
Maybe that's what it was. It was the pork ones instead of the, I don't know, what other tamales? The chicken, I guess?
Beef, chicken.
The contraband was carefully wrapped in corn husk and concealed in the luggage of a traveler when authorities moved in for a tamale takedown at the L.A. International Airport.
Hey.
The search by U.S. Customs and Border Protection agents turned up 450 pork tamales individually packaged in plastic bags.
450?
That's a lot. Although tamales are a popular holiday tradition, foreign meat products can carry serious animal diseases. U.S. Customs and Border Protection said Wednesday the customs form filled by the traveler from Mexico acknowledged the person was carrying food but had lied when asked if there was any meat. Tamales contain cornmeal, meat, or other fillings cooked in husk or leaves. The tamales seized on November 2nd at the airport were destroyed. Oh, man. Why couldn't they just eat them?
Because they said they might have had some problems with it because of the meat.
Destroyed under CBP supervision, I bet. They probably ate them damn tamales. The traveler was assessed a $1,000 civic penalty for commercial activity with the intent to distribute.
Intent to distribute tamales?
I guess so.
Wow.
It says during the fiscal year of 2014, the CBP agricultural specialists nationwide issued over 75,000 civil violations and intercepted more than 1.6 million animal byproduct meat and plant soy products. That's a lot, 1.6 million.
I didn't know people were trying to smuggle that much food through the airport.
I guess. I mean, I've heard of fruit and, like pineapples and stuff like that, but that carries, diseases, parasites and stuff, so that's why they say...
Yeah, fruit flies and whatnot.
And the same thing, I guess, with the tamales wrapped up. It could have been anything wrapped up in them husks.
And I know he thought he was getting those 450 tamales from Mexico into the U.S., and they told him, no, senor.
He might have been smuggling something else. Who knows?
Oh, well.
They should have went through each one of them, huh?
No, they destroyed them all. So whatever it was, he didn't get into the U.S. with it.
Nope.
Poor baby.
What happened?
What you got over there, Poppa DD?
I got another weird news. This is crazy.
Aren't they all?
It says an amusement park lets chimpanzees smoke cigarettes.
What?
This is in New Orleans.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
They crazy.
Okay, from the Associated Press. An animal rights group is suing to get a chimpanzee named Candy out of an amusement park where it says she smokes cigarettes and given soft drinks instead of water.
What in the world?
Okay.
Poor Candy.
Candy is isolated to an inadequate cage in a Baton Rouge park.
Oh.
And they said that she should be moved to a sanctuary, according to the federal lawsuit in Baton Rouge on Tuesday by the Animal Legal Defense Fund. The defendants have for decades allowed members of the general public to throw lit cigarettes into the cage where Candy will pick them up and smoke them. And just as humans, cigarette smoking is very harmful for chimpanzees. And letting her smoke it violates the Endangered Species Act, things of that nature. So
it's awful.
Oh no.
So it's not like she's in there jonesing for cigarettes, but when people throw lit cigarettes in there, she picks them up and smokes them.
Smokes them, yes, she does. So they're doing their best to try to get her up out of there, and
trying to weed off the cigarettes.
Yeah, and they're saying that they haven't given her water in years. She drinks Coca-Cola and lemonade and things like that.
Poor baby.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And she smokes cigarette and drinks lemonade and things of this nature. And they said they'd never seen her have a water since she's been there.
Now, what I want to know is who taught her how to smoke a cigarette?
That's true. That's a good question.
I mean, I understand that apes and chimpanzees, primates will imitate whatever they see. So maybe she saw other people doing it, and when they threw them in there, she picked it up and did what she saw them doing.
Yeah, unless she saw the movie The Hangover. Remember the little chimpanzee was smoking cigarettes?
That's a whole other problem.
Oh, that was crazy.
That thing was dealing drugs and some more stuff, wasn't it?
Sure was.
Okay, don't show that to Candy.
Yep.
Poor Candy.
Poor baby.
You just dogging her.
We're going to put those people that throwing those cigarettes on the kissing list.
Put them on the list.
Cigarette throwing customers.
And people giving her Coca-Cola. You know she needs some water.
I know. Poor baby.
So who we put on the kiss of this? The
throwing the cigarettes or the zoo.
And the amusement.
Too, yeah.
It's not even a zoo.
People in charge.
It's not even a zoo. It's an amusement park.
What?
Whatever.
I'm not amused. Tell them I am not amused.
Uh-oh.
Then let me have to go down there.
Oh.
Turn it out.
That'd be a good trip.
Mm.
That's a road trip. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm gay. Where's that, Baton Rouge?
Mhm.
Okay, we're going to have to go find Candy.
Yeah.
Go find out what's going on down there, giving her cigarettes and Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
I mean, Pepsi would be better, but Coca-Cola? Hell.
We going to keep it rolling?
Yeah, I'm going to keep it rolling.
Come on here, Redwine.
Okay, so my commentary tonight, I'm just saying, modify the behavior, not the genetic code. I'm getting ready to get scientific tonight.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so a team of these Chinese scientists raised eyebrows this past April when they modified the genetic code of human embryos to correct a gene defect that causes some kind of hereditary blood disease. Now, many researchers and ethicists fear that the technology used to make these manipulations may one day be exploited for non-therapeutic modifications, such as modifying genetic code to enhance intelligence or physical appearance. So it seems to me that if they can edit the genetic code for blood defects, that they can also choose to do things like change your eye color, your hair color, or whatever they desire. And that's just kind of creepy. I'm just saying. Now, while gene editing technology may offer some health opportunities, it also poses way too many ethical questions, especially if scientists use this for reasons other than preventing illness or diseases. Now, it occurs to me that if we start climbing this slippery slope, there's no telling where we'll all end up. If scientists could edit someone's genetic code to remove anything at all based on an illness, that sounds like it would be a good thing, right? But somehow, I'm still not convinced. This just starts to feel like some science fiction stuff coming to life. What if they decided to edit someone's genetic code because they determined them to be deaf or blind? There's no way to know what's in a person's path in the future and what their life is supposed to be. How do you know whether or not they needed that ability or inability to see or hear? They don't know that. But if you edit it or alter it before the person's even born, now you've changed their path and their future. Science should not be tampering with that. So no matter what they can do with science, they still can't predict the future. And since they cannot predict the future, they shouldn't be messing with it just because they can. Okay? I'm just saying. If a person is born with what science calls a genetic defect, it might be because that was part of their destiny. We don't know. They don't know. Here's another question. Who's paying for these processes, for all this genetic editing? I doubt that it's a bargain-priced procedure. So eventually, it could just come down to who can afford it. Much like many elective procedures and surgeries that people get now, that only the rich can afford. Now think about that for a minute. It means that wealthy people would be able to have the ability to have children exactly the way they want them to be with the characteristics that they want them to have. You could say, I want my child to be at least 6 feet tall or better. I don't want my child to be overweight. I want my child to be highly intelligent. I want my child to be musically inclined. I mean, this is starting to become the stuff you see on the Sci-Fi Channel. So what if that means that if they can select, like I said, intelligent children or something like that, how does that work in fairness with the rest of us who don't have the money or the ability to go and do all this genetic modification? That means that the rest of our kids will have to work and struggle, 5 or 6 times harder just to be able to stay 2 or 3 steps behind these kids who've been modified to be smarter from birth. That's not fair. It's not right. And it's not natural. So I'm just saying, who's going to be responsible for regulating all this technology? What government agency is going to step up to the plate for this one is what I'd like to know. And how are they going to make sure it's not abused and twisted into something dark and evil that could have the potential to create a super race or a super group of people? Just the thought of that reminds me of Hitler's dream of a super race. Everybody remembers that one from history. So with all that in mind, if they limit their genetic editing just to life-threatening illnesses only, we might survive this. But once it goes beyond that and becomes the most expensive designer trend in creating children or modifying children, we are all in deep shiggity. This is Redwine, and I'm just saying, better watch these scientists. I don't trust.
Right, Redwine. You right about that. You gotta watch them.
I'm just saying, just because you can does not mean you should.
Maybe it's where the eggs came from we were talking about earlier.
Hey, makes you wonder.
Yeah.
You heard that story this week about the, what do they call it, genetically modified salmon or something?
Oh, yeah.
They come up with that now. I don't know what that is, but I don't want any parts of it.
I don't either. And they say they don't have to label it either. So it's like...
I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
If you're giving me some genetically modified food, and you're not going to label it so I can't tell the difference between something that is normal and natural in nature and something that somebody created somewhere, that's a problem.
Because I've heard some news about Kentucky Fried. They said that's not real chicken. I'm like, well, what the hell are they making?
That's some of that GMO stuff, too?
I don't know. Might be.
I don't understand.
Because they say it's this KFC is not Kentucky Fried Chicken. They don't say that. So.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When they start with that whole GMO, it's genetically modified. What's the O? Organic? No, it can't be organic if it's genetic. I don't know.
Out of this damn world. I don't know.
But that's why I was saying, who's going to regulate this stuff?
Yeah.
How is the government saying it's okay to give us this stuff to eat when you don't know the long-term effects of it?
True.
I mean, we already have children hitting puberty at 9 and 10 now. Now you want to give them some genetic... Don't get me started. It's getting hot in here.
That's going to be part 2, I'm just saying, huh?
I can't take it.
You guys got any questions or comments we're talking about tonight? What Redwine said or Poppa, or I'm about to get on my Hollywood wrap-up in a short. Hit us up tonight, 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
Gotta press 1.
Join in.
We're going to take a little CC break.
And we'll be right back.
All right now.
You're listening to the Pajama Party Late Night Adult Talk Show. We've added a new segment to the show called the Kiss It List. Every week, we put people on this list who have done dumb stuff or have been irritating or just gotten on out of your nerves. So we call them out and put them on the Kiss It List, and we tell you why. If you have somebody you want to add to our Kiss It List, hit us on Twitter at @PajamaParty and use hashtag KissIt, and we'll add them to the list. If you prefer to email your contenders, send them to info@apajamaparty.com. We'll call them out every Friday night at the end of the show, so get those names in. Now, let's get back to the Pajama Party Crew and more of the show. DJ, would you mind turning it up a notch? Oh, how rude. Oh, you're on the Kiss It list.
Welcome back to the Pajama Party. This is a every Friday night affair that we enlighten, inform, keep you up to date, let you know what's going on.
And entertain.
Entertain. We don't hold back nothing. It's just information machine.
If it feels good, we do it.
Yeah. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Good evening.
Oh.
What happened to the French guy? He's not around no more?
Well, you know, they're struggling in Paris, so.
Oh, boy.
Let him handle his business.
Oh, okay. So you went on another coast, huh?
Good evening.
Well,
living for the city.
Living for the city.
What's happening in the city tonight?
Yeah. We're back in the city, so let's see what's going on.
What's happening tonight?
Yeah, break it down.
You know, I was intrigued lately by I saw the gentleman anyway, this studio is crazy. Anyway, yeah, Redwine, she's so nice. Oh, she's so nice. So nice. Anyway, I saw Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who was previously named Lou Alcindor. He went on the circuit advertising I'll say it like Redwine, a documentary. How you say it?
Documentary.
I thought you put 2 or 3 more syllables in
No,
there.
I do not. A documentary.
So bougie. I thought she used to say a documentary, Mary. Anyway, he has a biography / documentary called Minority of One, and it's currently on HBO. If you ever get the opportunity, it's showing quite a bit every day on different HBOs. If you have the HBO package, they got HBO 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think they got about 13 different HBO channels, the Latin aspect of it and everything else. But the show is called Minority of One. It's like a 2-hour, it's a movie basically of his whole life, from the very beginning. How he was 7 feet tall in 8th grade, and how he just, the whole racial situation. It shows a segment with where Muhammad Ali put a summit together of all the star players at the time with Bill Russell and Jim Brown and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and just it was just an amazing seven of the most popular players at that time. And we're talking back, and then Kareem goes all the way back to the 60s. I think he came out of high school in 62, 64. So he's old school for real. And he brings it all the way up from when he came out of high school or when he was even in middle school, all the way up to modern day where he, won championships with Magic Johnson and things of this nature, or won championships without Magic Johnson. All his time in UCLA and everything else is a wonderful show. If you get the opportunity, you really have to look at it. It's called Minority of One, and it's a 2-hour movie basically on Lou Alcindor, his change over to Islam, where he picked up the name of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and it's a wonderful, wonderful show. So I'm here promoting it and putting it out there, and it's almost remind you of like a Forrest Gump situation, because the brother did a lot. He talked about his $1 million house burning down to the ground in California, and just his whole venture with his children and the couple wives he had, and just his ailments, his medical situations, and and it's worth watching because he was such an icon. When it came to watching basketball, the man with the sky hook, so to speak. And God bless him. He's doing well. He has his health issues that he's battling, but I just want to put out there to promote the show on HBO now called Minority of One. It's the life of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Check it out.
Very cool. Yeah, I did have a chance to see that special. It was really good.
Yeah.
Mhm. I thought it was interesting how when he was in college, the way he was able to dunk, and then the college, what is the organization,
NCAA, they banned it.
Yeah, banned the dunk.
They banned the dunk because he was,
he was killing them with the dunk.
Those are your people.
So they got together and banned the dunk, trying to shut down Jabbar.
Really?
Banned it.
But he used to do the sky hook.
Well, that's what he developed. Isn't that when he developed the sky hook? He said, "Okay, you won't let me dunk. I got something else for you. I got something for you."
And that was just the stifle. I mean, the stifle aspect of life. And just go to show you. So don't look so much, like I always say, don't look at racism. Look at the tyrants of the people that supported it and the people that took advantage of it. Stop focusing on racism and focus who took advantage of it and who supported it. Those are the real evils.
Yeah,
everybody else just fell in line because they did what they had to do based on being around them. They did what they had to do. They lived in the suburbs. They had to do what the suburbans were doing back in the day. They were miles apart from people that lived in the inner city. So if you lived in the suburbs, you had to do what you had to do. And when they knew deep down inside that we're all people and civil rights is for everyone. And that's becoming very evident today in D.C. and everywhere else, where all these new housing is going up in these urban neighborhoods, Anacostia and things of this nature, where they built the National Stadium, which used to be a neighborhood that was, almost destitute, the hood. And they're telling people, oh, you can jog at night at 2 a.m.
I don't think so.
I don't think anybody ever jogged at 2 a.m. in what's it called? Anacostia. Did anybody jog at 2 a.m.?
Not yet.
But now they build a couple high rises and the stadium out there where the Nationals play, and they say you can jog now. Go out and jog. Oh, go jog.
Go walk your dog.
Go walk your dog and jog.
Walking the dog, okay.
Yeah.
And they're doing the same thing in Philadelphia around the campus of Temple University. They have streets up there like Diamond and Susquehanna and, Cecil B. Moore that I wouldn't jog around there if they had 2,000-watt light bulbs out there. But they're telling the students of Temple University, go on out on Broad Street and Diamond Street and Susquehanna and jog.
Yeah,
take your dog and jog. We lit it up. We put a new light bulb in it, and you can jog all night. No, you can't.
I believe you.
Anyway, let's keep it moving.
We'll keep it moving? All right, we'll keep it moving.
Okay, let's go to Hollywood.
All right, now. Well, I'm about to give you guys a history lesson.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, sit back and relax. If you guys have never heard of Mal, his name is Melvin Greston Whitfield. He was born October 11th, 1924. They called him Mal. Mal Whitfield, a sleek, middle-distance runner who won 3 Olympic gold medals for the United States. At one point as a Tuskegee Airman and later became an American Goodwill ambassador promoting athletics aboard, died Thursday. He was 91. His daughter is well-known CNN correspondent Frederica Whitfield. He was orphaned as a child in the Watts section of L.A. Whitfield went on to set records and achieve celebrity while running for Ohio State. In 1954, he became the first African-American to receive the coveted Sullivan Award as the nation's outstanding amateur athlete. And after his athletic career, Whitfield spent almost 50 years promoting sports and physical education in Europe, Africa, and the Middle East, both for the United States Information Agency and through his own foundation. Also, during World War II, he was a member of the celebrated and racially segregated Tuskegee Airmen. He won another gold medal in the Olympic anchoring the U.S. 4x400-meter relay team and a bronze medal in the 400 meters. He stood 6'1" and weighed 165 in his prime, had a long flowing stride with high knee action. He set 6 world records. He won 6 United States titles, outdoors and 2 indoors. And they used to call him the Marvelous Mal. He was elected the National Track and Field Hall of Fame in 1974 and United States Olympic Hall of Fame in 1988. In 1955, a year before he retired as a runner, Whitfield started conducting sports clinics for new runners and occasionally training camps for the elite runners, first in Europe and then in Africa. So,
what was his name again?
Mal Whitfield.
Okay.
And his daughter is well known. She's a CNN correspondent, Frederica Whitfield.
Okay.
Yep. History lesson. Also, the big story, Charlie Sheen. I've been talking about him.
Yeah.
What, Charlie?
Yeah. They said it all started through some emails. An email leaked in last winter's Sony hack. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Says the scandal suggested some film industry execs may have known 18 months ago that Charlie Sheen was HIV positive. Says the email goes on to say, this was in March 2014, Sheen's status while joking that it must be difficult for the actor to film 40 episodes of his new anger management show. It linked to the email was an article saying Sheen had missed several days on the show's set, which angered other members of the cast. The quote-unquote 90-10 remark, meanwhile, was a reference to the show's deal that if the first 10 anger management episodes were a success, FX would greenlight the 90 additional episodes needed to push it into syndication. It said Charlie claims that he always led with condoms and honesty when it came to his condition, and even reportedly presented a non-disclosure agreement with those he was about to have sex with.
They had to sign a non-disclosure agreement?
I guess so. It says the 50-year-old, he told Today, because he did an interview with Matt Lauer on Today's show, that he takes 4 pills a day without fail, and while he's not cured, the virus is now undetectable in tests. And he also revealed, the former Two and a Half Men star also revealed he has paid countless millions of dollars to people for hush-hush money.
Yeah, I heard it was over like $10 million he had paid. He says he was being blackmailed.
Yeah, okay. They signed that disclosure. He said, I'll give you X amount of dollars, and they
now he wants to call it blackmail.
Yeah, they said they decided to open their mouth.
Okay.
Also, one more last note. Of course, Adele 25 is here, ladies and gentlemen. But guess who's not going to get it? Spotify.
Oh.
Streaming service. They say, we love and respect Adele, as do her 24 million fans on Spotify. We hope that she will give those fans the opportunity to enjoy the album 25 on Spotify. But she says no way, because they're shipping about 3.5 million copies of her album to the United States.
Mm-hmm.
It says it's not the first time a big-time music artist refused to stream their music on Spotify. Remember Taylor Swift? She said no.
Yeah, that's true.
Because she felt as if they weren't paying the artist, so, which makes sense.
Isn't their album name the same thing?
What's that?
What's her album called? 25?
25. Mhm.
And Taylor Swift's album is called 1989, something like that.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
Is it 89, 84,
89,
whatever it is?
89.
Whatever year she was born, I believe.
Yeah, 89, which specifies 25.
Mhm.
And wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's deep.
And both of them are like top Billboard artists, pulling in all the money.
Mm-hmm.
So they can make those demands and say, this is what I will do, this is what I won't do.
Right. And
we could have had it all.
Well, they said a few of them, Coldplay, Radiohead, Black Keys, they said the same thing. They didn't want to stream their music on the Spotify. It says Adele's third studio album, 25, is on its way to become the highest-selling album of the year. She put out the music video Hello, was streamed 400 million times on YouTube. That broke a record. Yep, she had it.
I admit I did watch it once.
Is it the single word hello, like Lionel Richie, or?
Similar, yeah.
I mean, is that the name of the song? No, I don't mean the actual song, but that's the actual name of the song?
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of risky, though, when people pull up your music, that they'll get the hello of Lionel Richie as opposed to yours?
Hey, that's more publicity for him, too.
Yeah, but I think it's very controversial. Maybe she should have put another word in there just to, to individualize yourself.
Well, I guess
I wouldn't want to walk in somebody's footprints.
I guess we'll see.
Because nowadays when we got streams of stuff like Pandora and stuff like that, you know what I mean, pulling up that word hello, what pops up? In most cases, it'll be Lionel Richie. So she probably won't get the airplay that she deserves because Lionel Richie is big.
Oh, no, she will. But somebody did it like I don't know what you want to call it, a spoof or something, and they had Lionel Richie and had her, and it was funny. Yeah.
I'm not that big of a fan of hers, but, she's all right.
Yeah, she's all right.
She's okay.
Well,
if I had handcuffs on and couldn't touch the dial, I'd listen to her.
Oh, wow.
Anyway.
On that note, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're coming right back.
Hey, this is Ketel with the Yellow Top. I'm waiting to hear from you tonight. I'm at the Pajama Party Live. So you can reach us at 914-803-4306, or you can check us out on apajamaparty.com. I've got my opinions, but I want to hear yours. Poppa DD and Redwine are trying to beat me down, so I need you to call back and back me up. I know you're out there. I can hear you breathing, so call me now. 914-803-4306. I'm right here on WPJP, Blog Talk Radio, waiting to hear from you. Here they come. I gotta go.
Welcome back to the Pajama Party, every Friday night affair. It's a late night talk show where we put it out there. We're here to educate you, get you straight, give it a real deal. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Pick them up, put them down.
Yes, and we do it every Friday night. You ain't got nothing to do. If you got something to do and you want to wait till we get done,
do this first, then you go do
right.
what you got to do.
You'll be more inspired when you go out if you check us out first.
All righty.
And stop going out so damn much anyway. Keep your ass home sometime.
We're on Facebook and Twitter, and you can hit us up 914-803-4306.
Or listen at apajamaparty.com. Put the A in front of pajama.
Follow us on Twitter at A Pajama Party.
Right.
Okay.
And it's about that time.
Yeah, cocktail hour. We've been sipping on the Black Beauty all night.
A song.
Uh-oh. I miss Mr. Lowe. Mr. Lowe.
Oh, got a new gig. I think he's gotten a little too big for his britches.
Oh, excuse me. Okay. The cocktail of the week tonight is the Black Beauty. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, it does.
That's what I call my vehicle, Black Beauty.
Oh, okay.
She a pretty black thing. I just cleaned up today.
We talking about the car? Or?
Yeah. See what I'm saying, Pop?
Okay. Yeah, a lot of people call different things vehicle.
Oh, I don't know anything about that.
My vehicle's black and long. How about that? Anyway, Black Beauty. Crown Royal Black Blended Canadian Whiskey. Did I repeat that again?
Say it again.
1 ounce of Crown Royal Black Blended Canadian Whiskey. 0.5 ounces of triple sec liqueur. 1 splash or splashes of grenadine. And 3 ounces of club soda. Put that in a highball glass. Fill a highball glass with ice. Add the first 3 ingredients. Top with club soda and garnish with a lime. Ooh la la.
So that's what's in this, huh?
And that's called the Black Beauty?
This is the Black Beauty.
Tasty.
I know that's right.
Okay.
All right.
Make sure
Black Beauty.
Make sure you get the right one. It's the Crown Royal Black.
Really?
Has to say black.
You can't use like regular Crown Royal.
No.
Do they have canvas bags with that?
Yes, they do. It's a black one. There you go.
Really?
Okay.
I've got a green one. I've got the purple bag.
You're telling on yourself now, Paul. You got the brown bag?
I don't have the brown one.
I got a brown bag.
Yeah, I do too.
Hey.
You're not in the brown bag club, Paul.
That's that maple.
I know that's right. But this is the black. So look for the black bag. So enjoy the Black Beauty.
Yeah, we'll put that up on the website so you can get that recipe.
Okay.
Check it out on apajamaparty.com. Cocktail of the week.
Yes, indeed.
And previous recipes from previous cocktails of the week are also there. So check it out.
Okay. So we want you next, Papa. What we got?
We're going to go over the Kiss It list here.
And what is that?
The Kiss It list is a list that we compile during the week and the night of the show of people that just carried on and just did dumb stuff and just, and you're welcome to call in and give names of the Kiss It list. Like we said, you can put your mother, your father, your sisters, your brothers. You can even give their last name and social security number if you like. We'll put it out there. We'll put it out there. All right? Anybody you want to talk about for doing whatever. All right, let's start off with this kissing list. We have Ben Carson.
Top of the list. Ooh, wee.
For comparing Syria refugees to what did it say, a rape?
Rabid dogs.
Rabid dogs?
There's something wrong with that man.
Yeah, he's special.
Where does this stuff come from?
I don't know. I don't know if he's on medication and he just makes up stuff. I really don't know.
Donald Trump for wanting to create a database for U.S. Muslims. He's tripping too.
Yeah.
I don't even know what he even is, and he was on Barack Obama for providing a birth certificate. Well, who are you, the Messiah? Anyway, and let's link him with his secretary. What was her name, or his spokeswoman?
Oh,
What was that chick's name?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll find it.
Yeah, we'll find it.
Yeah, I don't remember her name right now.
Yeah, but she's
His new mouthpiece.
his new mouthpiece. She's a African American woman that's she's part of the Tea Party and all that jazz, and her name is Katrina Pearson.
There you go.
Yep, that's
yeah.
her.
Where do you get a load of her? Okay. If you got the blackness, keep on going on in your life. If you were born with the blackness, keep on, and you check her out, you're going to say, damn,
Katrina.
I can understand you doing stuff for your job and making money, but damn, girl, don't cash in so hard, you know?
Well, who else you got?
Roger Gazelle for, first of all, not punishing that boy Johnny Football. Him and his girlfriend out there drinking and driving and cursing at police, but he's starting next week for the Cleveland Browns. Okay? We drink and drive, we get shot in the head. Anyway, that's another story. Macy's for that stupid commercial of a preview day on Friday. Sale on set. What is a preview day?
Friday.
All right.
Who knows?
Volkswagen for cheating on even more tests. And Volkswagen was one of the sponsors on Sunday Night Football.
Are you serious?
Biggest day.
What?
Brought to you by Volkswagen. So it's amazing how people can get clipped for doing something wrong, but some people get honored and be featured on a major football show. Oh, you know what? Like I said, listen with the third ear and see with the third eye. If not, you're going to be blind to the fact and ain't going to hear nothing. All right? Anyone, what you got? What is this one of your things, Redwine?
Which one?
Anyone who is...
Oh, anybody that's still tripping over that Starbucks red holiday cup stupidity.
Yeah, what is that about anyway?
Get over it and move on.
Okay.
We got Des Bryant also, who's the wide receiver of the Dallas Cowboys. They just gave this man a big contract, and he's still got all that chatter on the sideline. Brother, please, you're making millions, man. You got your whole future in front of you. Cool out with all that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He just looks
down.
crazy. And then he's making old boy look good. The guy, Witten, his teammate, Witten walks over there with a clean-shaved baseball cap saying, oh, what's going on over here? And then the media says, well, Bryant's going off. It looks like Witten had to go and clean things up. You're making your boy look good, and you looking like a hood rat. Anyway, Des Bryant, cool out, brother. You ain't the most attractive brother in the world. So those looks you put on your face makes you even uglier than you are. Anyway. Okay, anyone that's hating on Cam Newton for his touchdown dance, where he does a couple steps and then he puts he folds his arm and he puts his head in his arm like I Dream of Jeannie, and people are beating him up for that. But that's the man, and they're undefeated. So go and do your thing, Cam.
Yeah.
Anyway, Derek Jeter.
Oh, boy.
Derek.
Okay.
There,
we got a whole list. We got Derek Jeter, Tiger Woods. How many other people we can name that just won't stand up for the 50% of blackness in their blood?
Yeah.
Okay.
When they think they get above it and beyond. They're on the list.
He's for backing out that 50 Cent underwear deal and saying that 50 Cent is too urban.
Yeah.
He's too urban.
Really,
what
Derek?
are you?
Really,
Suburban?
Derek?
Really?
What's the difference between urban and suburban? Spelling?
Really,
Derek?
You
already know, Papa.
Oh, my
Okay.
gosh. Really, Derek?
And we
I am
got
so done. I'm over it.
Janae. Is this a sister, Janae?
From the name, I'm not too sure. Janae Harteau?
Well, Janae.
She's the Minneapolis police chief.
Well, I see names like Janae and Keisha. And
I don't know.
Where was Janae?
She's the Minneapolis police chief withholding the video of the gentleman that was shot, apparently by allegedly being handcuffed at the time.
Gotcha.
All right. The amusement park in Baton Rouge, who's letting the chimpanzee smoke cigarettes
Poor Candy.
and drinking soda instead of a nice cold, I was going to say glass of water, but
She can hold it. She can hold the cigarette. She can hold the glass.
I'm contributing to it myself. How does a chimpanzee drink water? I'm ready to give him a damn glass.
If she can hold a cigarette, she can hold a glass.
If I give them a glass with ice, I'm just as guilty as a cigarette. How do they drink water?
Well, at least that's more nutritious.
Out of a feeding bowl or something, or?
I don't know.
Okay. As Redwine said, the scientists, for their madness of changing people's eye colors and giving them thick lips and fat
all
butts.
that genetic manipulation.
Yeah, it reminds you of
Stop the madness.
Back to the Future, when the people kept disappearing on the picture because this didn't happen, that didn't happen.
Sci-fi stuff coming to life.
ISIS for messing up shit and killing people and everything. Let's put ISIS on the kiss it list. Developers of the high rises and the bright lights in the hood and telling people, go ahead and walk your dog and jog. We cleaned it up.
Yeah,
it's cool.
It's safe now.
It's not called Anacostia no more. We call it Southeast Way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Charlie Sheen for shooting craps with his Johnson. And you got caught. And for Spotify for trying to get people to give into their little streaming service, and they're not getting paid there, Ketel, is that the scoop on that?
There you go.
They're not getting paid. So it's a streamer where people, make people pay for something.
And also, I want to add, I don't have all their names, but it's 10 Democrats who originally were speaking in favor of bringing some of the Syrian refugees to America to find places for them to be here, to protect them. And then after the situation in Paris, they all backed down. Wow. Now everybody running scared, talking about, well, if they're from Syria, well, maybe we shouldn't do it. I mean, they could be terrorists in disguise.
A lot of people don't even know what
and
Syria is.
You know what? Y'all a bunch of punks. You a bunch of punks. They know they need to come up with some ways.
And what did I say earlier when I was talking about Iraq and everything like that? Syria sits in the middle of Iraq and Iran. And these people had to move out because both was being the dictatorship of Iran on one side and the bombation of Iraq on the other side. They had to leave. They had no choice.
But I'm saying those 10 Democratic senators,
right, whose fathers and grandfathers are probably immigrants themselves.
Probably.
Came over here in a little boat themselves. Anyway. Okay. And I guess that's about it. Nobody called in with their mama or their daddy or anybody. So.
No. So anybody who we didn't get tonight, for all our listeners, just call out whoever you want to be on the Kiss It list right now, because we're about to put a special treat for them, and here it is.
Kiss my entire ass. Kiss my Irish ass. You better kiss my Irish ass. This world can kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. You can just kiss my ass. Baby, you can just kiss my ass. You can kiss my country ass. I said if you got a problem with any of that, you can kiss my natural born redneck to the bone, ever loving country ass. That's right.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. That was an honor to everybody we're telling to kiss our natural bone to the bone, ever loving country.
Oh, boy.
And we're taking it down on another Friday night at the Pajama Party.
For sure.
And we thank the people that are dedicated listeners for staying up with us. Because when we make it big and you got to buy tickets to see us, we're going to give you backstage passes.
Watch out now.
All right
so
now.
Stick and stay.
Stick and stay.
Stay strong with us.
That's your last word for the night, Papa?
My last word is I just want to, the people of all over the world, really, but Paris in particular was just shell-shocked with that whole situation. Just stay strong, just like New Orleans stayed strong with Katrina and everything else, because that was a demonizing situation, too, for the president not to act faster than he could act. Anytime people are walking through the waters in Katrina, and you got Anderson Cooper over there before the National Troopers got there. So, anyway, But thank everybody for listening to the Pajama Party, and we're here. apajamaparty.com. Listen to our archives and things like that, and stay up on us. We're gonna keep it right for you.
What you got over there, Redwine?
I just want to say thank you to everybody. Bonsoir to all of my family in Paris. Bonsoir. Wish you well. Quick recovery. Our prayers and condolences are with those who were injured and lost their lives. And the people in Mali, that situation going on, we're keeping an eye on that as well. Prayers and condolences go up for Mali. It's just so much going on in the world. So all I can say to everybody is just stay strong and try to stay out of trouble. I don't know if everybody's just going crazy or what the deal is, but all we can do is just pray for peace. I guess that's all I can say is pray for peace.
I like that.
Pray for peace. Peace and love. Paz y amor. I switched to Spanish now. Paz y amor. And we'll see you next time on the Pajama Party Show. Happy Thanksgiving. That's coming up, right?
Oh, yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Don't hurt yourself. Well, and I meant to say, add on the kids that list, people who think they can cook, always bringing stuff to people's house for Thanksgiving. Trying to kill everybody. Stop it.
That is.
Just stop it.
And when they take the foil off and it smells like crap.
Anytime people have to look at it and go, what is that?
This is something I was up all night preparing. All night.
You shouldn't have poking it, saying, what is it?
You shouldn't have gave
Wrap
this
it up
10
and
minutes.
take it off the table.
They shouldn't have gave it 20 minutes, let alone all night.
I'm done. What's your last word, Cal?
I have to get a special shout out to my Aunt Shirley. Bless her heart, bless her heart, bless her heart.
Aunt Shirley.
I don't think there is no more sweet potatoes left in this D.C. area.
Aunt Shirley got them all.
She got them all. We've made sweet potato pie. We've made yams. We've made
French fries.
Probably French fries too. Probably. We've made every vegetable in this city there is. Trust and believe. Oh boy.
But she's still trying to find pork butts.
She sure is. I guess you'll get to
pork butts.
Looking for pork butts last I heard.
I gotta give a shout out to Mama Z. She gonna bring up the rear. My grandmama. God bless their souls. And
yes, indeed.
Yes.
Shout out to Becky.
And also NC, New Orleans, Cali. Also the folks that are going to do Black Friday. I'm going to pray for you. I'm not going to be in the line.
Shout out to Florida, Cali. Did we say D.C., Philly?
Yeah.
Who did we miss? Pittsburgh. Where's Pittsburgh?
Yeah, we've been looking for Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, call us up.
Yeah, call us up, 914-803-4306. And press 1. We'll notice you. All right, peace out, and happy Thanksgiving.
Gobble, gobble.
I guess we
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so.
I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of cheers.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko. Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.
Grown and sexy, throwing a party, put summer party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed, summer party, grown and sexy, throwing a party, put summer party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed, summer party, grown and sexy, throwing a party, put summer party crew, keep